Now to a story you'll see only on 6. We're hearing from the wife of a beloved high school coach who was shot and killed. Police are searching for the person responsible. Nico Clemens is live outside the police department tonight after speaking with the man's wife. Nico.
Juwan, this woman, this wife, she wasn't even here when she got the unfortunate call that someone murdered her husband. Keon Smith was a family man. He was a mentor. In fact, he coached football at a local high school. So his death has also upset many people in this community. His wife and his entire family, they have a message for the shooter. So turn yourself in.
He was a good man. He was a good man.
Her world turned upside down.
We spoke on the phone on Saturday, text messages on Sunday, and that was it. I got a call. He was gone.
Hey! That's Keon Smith, father of 8, 2 grandchildren, husband of 24 years.
Very difficult. Very difficult.
His wife, India Smith, is overcome with emotion. India was in Georgia when she got the news. Keon was supposed to drive up this week. She made the difficult drive down to South Florida. Miami-Dade police say someone shot Smith to death at an apartment complex in Opelika Monday morning.
Real humble guy, very humble.
Smith was the quarterback coach at Miami Norland Senior High School. His wife says coaching young men was his passion.
He doesn't have the opportunity to coach his final son that wants to play football.
During graduation Tuesday, there was a moment of silence to honor Coach Keon.
Coach Keon Smith, our beloved quarterback coach.
Smith's family says he was romantically involved with someone else and he possibly lost his life after a jealousy situation turned violent. His wife says everyone makes mistakes.
He's not a bad person. He is not a troublemaker.
Smith says what the family wants is justice.
He's turned himself in. He didn't deserve this.
Police have not identified a suspect or a possible motive, but Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information that can help them arrest the person responsible. Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
Police are searching for the gunman who killed a beloved South Florida football coach. This evening, his high school team came together to remember him.
CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrero is in Miami Gardens, where she spoke with coaches and players about his impact on the community.
I spoke with Coach Keon Smith's football family here at Miami Norland Senior High School as they came together to honor his life. They talked about the impact he had not only on the field, but also off the field. Players of Miami Norland's football team huddle and chant like they do at every game. But sadly, their quarterback coach, Keon Smith, will no longer be by their side.
His legacy, I know, just in Dade County football, is going to be remembered.
Coach Daryl Bethune and Coach Walt Walker worked with Smith. They say he gave them opportunities to continue doing what they love.
Over 20 years, me and him still great friends. And I coached him, and then I get a chance to coach with him.
He brought me everywhere he went, everywhere he coached. He always wanted me by his side. Coach, I want you near me.
Remember his words. Remember what he taught you. Remember how he touched us.
While Smith was the quarterback coach, players like quarterback Ennio Yapor says he was really everyone's coach.
And the fact that his teachings and his respect won't be there anymore for those kids, it's heartbreaking for them.
Yapor says losing his coach is now his motivation as an athlete going into his senior year. Police are still searching for the shooter and are urging anyone with any information to contact Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. In Miami Gardens, Nakaya Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
A break in the case after a high school football coach was killed at his home. The suspected shooter now behind bars. The night team's Sheldon Fox live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with this. Sheldon.
The mystery is over, Belkis. According to cops, they have their man locked up here at TGK, a man they say took the life of a beloved coach.
Keon was an awesome man. He was an awesome husband. He was my friend. He was the father of my children.
That's from a grieving widow who lost her husband to murder.
It's been extremely hard for myself and my family.
India Smith spoke to 7 News over the phone from Georgia, and though there is much pain over the killing of her life partner, Miami Norland Senior High School assistant football coach Keon Smith she was encouraged about Tuesday's arrest of his accused killer.
I am very excited and happy that they did catch the person that did this. That has caused all of this pain on my family.
Miami-Dade police arrested 39-year-old Lance Roll of Margate when he turned himself in to the department's main headquarters in Doral. He's charged with second-degree murder and other offenses. 1 week ago, 7 News cameras were there as detectives hunted for who shot and killed Smith in Opelika.
Both are shaking.
News of the murder stunned those close to Smith.
This is Keon's uncle. Where's Keon? And they told me, said he got shot. And then they said he's dead, and Lord have mercy.
It's how Thomas Black told us the conversation went when he learned the nephew he says he helped raise was taken.
Awful, I'm telling you. That's a bad feeling.
Black says his nephew was often the life of family parties and cookouts.
He's going to be missed.
Keon affect a lot of people, man.
Ooh, deeply hurt. Still trying to process what's going on.
He helped me through like so many things that I've been through.
And to the players.
And that was last Friday on the football field during a tribute to the fallen 49-year-old. Smith had 8 children with his wife, India.
He was an awesome man. He did not deserve what happened to him.
So in addition to the second-degree murder charge, Roll sits in jail also charged with home invasion, robbery, and aggravated assault with a firearm, no bond. We're live tonight in West Miami-Dade. Sheldon Fox, 7 News Night Team.
How you doing? This is Nathaniel Swope said it, and we just saw the story about our beloved high school coach from Miami, Norland. He was the quarterback's coach. As we know, if you don't know, Miami has a storied history of football players, one of the top cities and top states to get high school recruits, to go to college, not just high school, but a lot of Florida players, Miami players, or Southern Florida players are playing in the NFL. So to get a coaching job at a top high school, or even one of the high schools there, can definitely lead to possibly collegiate or NFL aspirations. Unfortunately, we've seen the quarterback's coach, Keon Smith. He was deleted by a young man because the coach, who was married with 8 kids, had a girlfriend on the side. And I believe the man who more than likely the man who murdered him was possibly an ex or current boyfriend of the young lady that he was messing with. Now, the young lady that he was messing with on the side of his wife, she's able to live and be with somebody else while her boyfriend is going to jail, or ex is going to jail, and then the guy that she was sleeping with on the side, he is now deceased. His wife said he was a good man, he's a family man. She seemed to love him very much, and she is honoring him even in death, even after finding out the information that he had a girlfriend on the side, that he was at another woman's house while she was out of town in Georgia, and he was supposed to drive down a couple days later. Things can be hard, coaching at the high school level or coaching in general, dealing with parents. A lot of parents of a lot of athletes in certain urban areas are single moms. So in coaching, you're dealing with a lot of women. But as that figure in a community, you want to try to be as disciplined as possible. I know, we are human and we make mistakes, and it's very hard to be disciplined. But in that limelight, especially being a football coach in Miami, one of the top cities for football, it's best to be as disciplined as possible as you can to keep things away from your family. Of course, he had, 8 kids, and we know that Miami is a high crime area. Not just domestic things like this, but there are a lot of gangs in Miami. So we don't know this 39-year-old, depending on what gang he's in. The coach had 8 kids. Things could be crazy in Miami over this issue, or some of the players what they could do to rival this thing. But, just based on the situation, to the 39-year-old who killed the coach and who's going to jail, if a woman does not want you, it's best to just leave the situation alone, leave completely. And if you love a woman, very deeply and very interested in a woman, it can be hard to. It's hard just to break up in general, but it can be very hard to find out she's cheating on you, and she's cheating on you with a man who may not invest as much as her. Maybe you're taking her out all the time or buying her things, and he's saying I love you and this and that, and just to find out she's sleeping with somebody who doesn't even have to invest in her. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have to give her even some of the things that you've given her to get her time and things like that, and just to find out he's easily being with her without the investment you put in, it can hurt. You know what I'm saying? It can really hurt. But the best thing is to get off social media, block her number, maybe cut your phone off for a couple of days, and just sit there, and deal with it. But it's not a good way to try to deal with it by fighting the other guy, shooting, trying to delete the other guy or deleting a female. It is very unfortunate, Like the best way is to possibly be as honest as possible with that young lady if she's sleeping around, to let him know, or the coach, if he's sleeping around, to let the woman know. She probably knew he was married, but let his wife know or something like that. But more than likely, nobody knew about the things going on the side. Maybe the wife did know, but we don't know. But as far as if you're being cheated on, or you find out that the woman doesn't want you anymore, it's just best to just step away. Even if you put years in or married, or they might have had kids, he might have been a baby's father, she might have had a kid and he was a father. It's best to just walk away from the situation. It's just the best thing you can do. It's very hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I've had breakups and didn't even have kids or whatever, or find out you get cheated on. It's very hard to realize what's going on, because sometimes it can make you feel like you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very tough situation when things happen with your spouse and those things make you feel like maybe you're not enough or you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And to the coach, he had seemed like he had an amazing wife, an amazing family, 8 kids, married for 24 years. I know marriage is tough. You just never know what's going on or what needs you have, things like that. But as I get older, best way is just to try your best to stay on the right path and be disciplined as possible. Because now his 8 kids are without a father. His wife, she seems very loyal, again, honoring him in death, and she's without a husband. And the community is without a leader in the community, a leader amongst men in the community. Who knows how much he's helping these young African-American men in the community out, not just in sports, but in life. So it hurts to lose a man who was probably a beacon in the community, a great person in the community. But, to our younger generation, as best as you can, be as disciplined as possible. Try to stay on a straight and narrow path. Because, things that we do now can affect us 5 to 10 years later. We just don't know. Who knows how long he's dealing with this young woman, going to her house, and how long the other man was watching them. And if you are doing those things, try to be as honest as possible as you can. Maybe not dealing with a woman that's in the same city or state. Maybe not going to her house, maybe meeting up at a hotel or something like that. So you're not risking your life in that way. But it's just a tough situation. We lose so much from this situation. We don't know if the 39-year-old who shot Keon, if he had kids or another family, that child is losing a father. And like I said, to the coach, he was an amazing person in the community. We're losing a great male in the community, and in the black community, we don't have that many males leading the community, and so that hurts because we lose another man in the community. Feel very bad for the wife. Like I said, she seems like a loyal woman. Like she's still honoring her husband even now finding out the news. She was saying he's not a bad person. He's a very good person. He was a great father. He was a great husband. And she seems to have lost the love of her life. And it's just very sad to see such an honorable person lose somebody that was very close to them. So again, this is Nathaniel Swopes of Swope Said signing out, and y'all have a good one.